Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, we are continuing with the... One moment. With the Iran Millennium Dawn game that I've been playing in single player. I don't think I will stream next Friday, so I would like to do one tonight. Yep. Okay, so when we left off last time, we had an interesting situation where obviously the Axis of Resistance, which is the more or less Middle Eastern alliance is a strong word for what it is, but the nations that choose to work together, including Iran, include Syria, Iran, Hezbollah, I'm forgetting one. There's another one. What the fuck is it? Anyway, primarily Hezbollah, which is still in the game. They're right here. They're basically part of Lebanon, but they're borderline a terror organization, kind of gray area. Syria and then Iran are kind of in a more or less weak alliance. Syria was taken over by the Muslim Brotherhood, an organization that is pan-Islamist and one we could certainly work with, and we did. And as a result, we did kind of reiterate our ties with them. They were invaded by Turkey. Turkey has gone nationalist this game under Devlet Vasili. I'm saying that wrong. And the nationalistic Turks. They invaded Syria, and we sent divisions in to support them. Given that they are really only ally in the Middle East right now, we as such prepared a war and invaded Turkey. We're invading through the east. It's been a rough war. We weren't military prepared for this at all. I went more down like the nuclear and technology and economic path for Iran really early. So we were just completely unready to fight a major war of a power like Turkey, who is very strong, right? They're very strong. So the current situation is a little bit rough. We're really struggling to push. We're modernizing our equipment. The longer this war gets, the stronger we're going to become. But until that happens, we're in a bit of a tough phase here because a lot of our military strength comes in the form of our armored divisions. Obviously, there's no way to really utilize them in these mountains. We could throw them at mountain passes. They're not going to do anything. So until we break through the eastern mountain range, there's a name for it. I forget the name of it. Where all the Kurds are essentially, and push down into obviously the deserts and the plains of Syria, and then a little bit more into eternal Turkey. We're going to really be in bad shape here. So the war is ongoing, and we're going to be continuing with that. What's up, Obi? For me, it's not that late, Obi. For me, it's 7:43 p.m., so it's not too bad. But for Europeans, it is very late right now. That's fine. This is just kind of what I've found the time to do these streams lately. I'll be moving back to the weekends, starting... When do I actually want to start that schedule? Probably the weekend after the Christmas weekend, so the last weekend of the month. Why the fuck are you still awake, man? What's up? So, as such, we are locked in a full-blown war with Turkey right now. Turkey is obviously not NATO. They're not... they don't have any Western allies at this point, given their actions. They suspended elections, and they've invaded Syria. They are getting supported by the Russians, but the Russians are also very friendly with us, so they're not really going to take a side in this war. And given we also helped them a bit in Yugoslavia, so this is really just going to turn into a slugfest between us and Turkey, and it's going to be a rough one. Okay, let me take a look at things. We needed trains. We couldn't get trains. We actually don't have enough to fill our logistics due to missing a few trains. Last time around, I put some trains into our production, so that is going to get made. It'll just take a little bit while. We're producing IFVs, SPRDs, small arms, which we've got really advanced stuff now. Our military equipment is, for the most part, very modern. I say while looking at ATGMs from 1985 and 65 man-pads, but still, we're upgrading a lot of these technologies, and we're slowly modernizing, and we're slowly building up a navy. Obviously, Turkey's got a very strong navy. We can't contend it, so we have to win this on land, and that will not be easy. So that's the current status of things. Iran itself is beginning to undergo a bit of a pushback against, obviously, the ruling government. There's become a lot more Western support in our country. The reformists within the more traditional state apparatus in Iran are also gaining popularity. So there is probably going to be a more push for reform, potentially even the overthrowing of the theocratic government that's in charge. The ICGC, I think the name is, the Iranian military doesn't necessarily have to support the ruling party. So, I mean, Iran's very strong. Our military is strong. Our technology is very strong. Our GDP is quite high now, but we're locked in a war and changes on the horizon. So, it'll be interesting. We obviously are completely unable to push right now. With our construction, I'm attempting to get some infrastructure built up to eastern Turkey. We're really invading them the worst possible way. I did not want to war with Turkey this early, if at all. I'd originally planned on us to go into Iraq because it's really easy to push through that desert plains region there in the Tigris and Euphrates river valley. But, I mean, that's the natural step, right? You go into Iraq, and then from there you have more of a maneuverable terrain you can invade Turkey from, or Syria, or whatever you want to do. So, we're just in a bad spot here. We're holding a tile outside of a supply zone that we own, but it's necessary because that's where we've got all of our air up. We took their air base there. And I believe in the air war we were winning last time I checked, last game, or last time we did this. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're still winning the air war there from the looks of things. So it really comes down to us modernizing our equipment, getting our bonuses built up, getting experience in the war, getting our trains back, and then really we just have to push through them, and it's going to be tough. So there's no easy way around the circumstance. I mean, Turkey's got very good equipment, and a lot of it. They've been they've had extensive amount of contracts with NATO, the EU, the West. They've had access to all those sorts of good imports and weapon imports. So we're dealing with a very strong Turkey. Long term, we outproduce them. I do think we have a bigger economy. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, we have a much bigger economy, but yeah, I don't know how this will play out, to be honest. That combined with the fact that the AI is much more competent now in these games, it's a little brutal for us. We have a spies network completely set up in Turkey, or we did. It appears that we've lost part of it. Let's go ahead. Can we secure our network? We lost most of it, so we're going to have to restart our whole spy network there for the most part. We're only at 46. I'm going to send in 2 of our spies to build our network back up. They are finishing a job to increase the corruption levels in Turkey, and we're also preparing a collaboration government, which is ongoing. So we're preparing. Our economy just dropped a bit. That's unfortunate. Okay, we were working on our military, or one of our military paths. We've got quite a few of them. We got the University of War that just gave us a division org bonus, cost reduction, research bonus, and some more stats for our new leaders. Let's go ahead and really just get into our military reforms. Now, we have a lot of military focuses with this tree. It's a really good tree. I mean, this is, I think, one of the better trees that has been made in Millennium Dawn, and that's a high bar to set already, so I really would like to do some aircraft. These are all useful, but they're not what we need. I think we probably just want to go for straight Air Force. We'll revitalize the military first. The military has become severely under-equipped due to years of mismanagement. If we are to have any chance at revitalizing the military, we'll have to ensure production of equipment ourselves. Which is fine, we'll get a mill, and then we'll start to get some better stats on that. Which isn't super accurate. The military is definitely stagnated in Iran, but in the 2000 period, they were still very competent. I mean, it's a very advanced military. The spy operations of Iran, their general staff are all very competent. We've got Soleimani, Qasem Soleimani, I think his name is, yes. Leading he's our field marshal. This guy is really interesting. I read a lot about him recently. I've got a book I'm reading on Iran right now regarding this kind of period. And he's an interesting guy. Not a good guy, but an interesting one. His influence in the Middle East and Central Asia is just fascinating. He got basically his influence and power in the Iranian government because he was tasked by the Ayatollah and the Iranian government to deal with the drug trafficking. Afghanistan's the biggest opium producer on the planet, and a lot of that goes into Iran. Iran has, I believe, the largest amount of heroin addicts on the planet, and a lot of that is due to just opium and heroin coming across the border from Afghanistan. He, in his early career, was tasked with dealing with that, or at least trying to stymie it in Afghanistan, and he did a very good job of it. And he got a lot of power in government. He then was actually one of the chief architects in stopping us from properly building a new government in Iraq after the Iraqi war. But anyway, I won't write about that. What's up, nerd? Good to see you, man. I'm doing very well. I'm having a good evening. I had a good dinner, relaxed a bit. How you doing, man? But yeah, he's a very, very competent guy. I'm just not sure where we need to push up here. We could start to bomb out their supply chains. Do we... Yeah, we have strategic bombers. I think our multi-rolls can do that, yes. We're going to reassign all our multi-role fighters into bombing the railroads. Railroads of the Turks. If we can cut off their supply lines, we'll have a chance to push farther. It also looks like this airbase was just damaged. So they're bombing us. That's where all their planes are. Oh my. Alright, strategical misstep. I was wondering why we were doing so well in Greater Turkey and Anatolian airspace. It's because all their planes are in fucking Iran. God damn it. Okay. We're gonna move all of our... We'll move all of our planes to do air superiority in Greater Iran. We'll pull back our air superiority fighters to here. We'll pull back more multi-role fighters as well. We want to just take down as many of their aircraft as we can. Now, it's based on centered around the focal point in the middle, if I remember correctly, regardless of where engagements are happening. So I'm actually going to pull back all these aircraft so we get the advantage on positioning. We then will still utilize our regular aircraft. What's up, AC2 pack? Thank you for the prime, man. Appreciate that. Strike fighters, too. Look, we'll pull them back as well.
You're a simp. I'm gonna have to report.
We'll continue to deliver equipment to our forces here, and then we'll also keep our CAS up just in case we need it. And we're gonna need it. How's it going, man? They're gonna follow Doof.
Boy, there's no real easy way to say this.
We'll go for Encryption 4.
Look, you're a simp.
Alright, let's take a look at this.
I'm gonna have to report you back to Cusco.
We are out exchanging their Air Force right now. They have fucking F-16s though, man. I mean, they're not the most advanced, but those are good aircraft. They're better than ours, I believe. We have some, I think, though. Yeah, we have F-15s, fuck. We have Chengdus, which are shitty fucking Chinese airplanes. They have better air than we do. And our economy is collapsing right now. Oh boy. This could get interesting, and not the good kind of interesting. All right, we have successfully increased corruption in Turkey again. We have built a resistant network. Let's increase the corruption on Turkey again. Our spies are probably going to be what either makes or breaks this war for us, to be frank. Let's continue to strengthen resistance networks there as well. We will strengthen resistance in Syria. And we'll have to hope that's enough. What's up, Lollipop? How you doing? Oh boy. I did start to research planes, didn't I? I didn't. Fuck me. Okay. When we're done with synthetic oil, I'm going to put that onto air, because our air tech is non-existent. We have almost nothing. We're behind on air superiority fighters. We're behind on multi-role fighters. We are behind on every type of fighter. So... I just didn't think we were going to get into war this early. It's fine, we'll make do, but... Today was fire! What happened, dude? You had a good day? Made a Millennium Dawn and outdated MiG-21 compared with the F-14 and made the MiG-OP. Did you just, like, increase the stats on it with customization, or what'd you do? If you put enough points on it, you can definitely outtrade some things you shouldn't be able to. I want us to basically rush air superiority fighters. And then I want us to make a really good variant. I want us to probably go up to 4.5s. It'll take long enough. We probably could just go straight up for a 5th generation air superiority fighter, which I might do. We also get some air bonuses, so we'll have to play that one by ear. The music got really low. There we go. Let me know if the music gets too low. Made the engine fast, gun deadly, and somehow made it a multi-fighter. How'd you do that, man? Interesting. Yeah, upgrading engines on your planes always just makes them ridiculously good. Let's go back to spy network. We prepared our resistance contact mission. We're sending our spies on that. The Syrians are going to hold, it looks like. The Turks are out of supply in part of the in Palmyra too. Oh man, every time I see Palmyra, it hurts, man. The fucking ISIS destroyed Palmyra, or at least still in ruins. Fucking tragedy. Now it gets loud. There we go. How are we looking? We'll do more public campaigns to get support for the government. We're going to ban supply of hard currency for luxury goods to offset the sanctions the West has put on us due to the fact that we do currently have a nuclear program and we have developed uranium enrichment sites. Ooh, already hit those buzzwords. That was quick. Okay. Influence we're not going to deal with. Same with governmental support. We'll just work with those. All those are useful to us right now. Increase corruption again in Turkey. I gotta say, I am seriously considering an invasion of Saddam Hussein's Iraq. I'll tell you why. If we did a lightning war, big if we could break Iraq very quickly and circle their divisions to the south of Baghdad, we would be able to open up a front in the desert and plains of the Fertile Crescent that allow us to utilize our tanks. It's a really high-risk maneuver because that would put Saddam and the Turks together, and to combine they have a lot of forces. But that could do a lot for us. Oh man, that's a tough call. We'll have to see. RGC Self-Sufficiency Jihad Organization. The RGC Self-Sufficiency Jihad Organization is an R&D unit institution that develops and manufactures ground-penetrating radar, communication system, weaponry, combat vehicles, electronic cyber warfare equipment, and one of its production facilities located in both Tehran and in Isfahan. We'll get bonuses for missiles, armor, we're going to get construction speed and research speed. So, very nice. The RGC is quite competent. Veteran integration, and then we're going to go to work on air. Down a little bit. We're just strong. What's up, Limpari? Yeah, we're strong. We just don't have our military tech. It just will take time right now. I mean, we're just starting to go total warfare here. If we got more oil, that means more money. Can't say no to oil. It's true. 1.8, they are going to add the feature for Millennium Dawn, by the way, which will make all buildings cost oil, which will make oil incredibly valuable in Millennium Dawn, which is one of the features that I've been looking forward to the most. They added it in one of the beta versions I played, and it was an incredible feature because it makes countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, and anyone with oil just so wealthy and valuable, which is incredible, especially for like roleplay games. But even for just normal games, it's a really interesting feature. I believe they are planning that 1.8, which will be good. Small loan of $1 million because Turkey went nationalist and they suspended elections and they got kicked out of NATO. That's why. And then they invaded Syria. We're fighting Turkey as a response to Turkish nationalists basically trying to conquer people. So they're not in NATO due to their actions. We're not going to get the Pakistanis a bailout. Alright, I am going to use all of our army XP to just max out our doctrine at this point. That's one of the most important things we can still do. We got to make better divisions, but I have made us some really good divisions at this point, so this war is just going to come down to probably doctrine in time. Recon we don't need. I want this one because of the XP gain, and then we're probably going to go down the right side. So much of our doctrine is really good. Yeah, we'll go down that side next. How's the air war going? Yeah. We're out trading tiny bit. They're bombing us too right now. Let's put our air superiority fighters on interception. A couple of them at least. Hopefully we can disrupt more of those bombers. How much of our facilities have actually been hit? Fucking hell, a lot. Oh, man. Our supply lines are getting cut off. We lost a bunch of civs. We just can't compete with Turkish air right now. We're trading 1 for 1 and they have more air. Now, if we can disrupt and lower their air advantage by enough, it will be in our interest. The Syrians also still do have aircraft, which they're not utilizing in any meaningful way, which is unfortunate. I've started us to, we are buying Western airplanes, but it takes us so long to get them. We really just have to wait for our tech advantages and for modern equipment build up. One of the big issues is we got to go up against Turkish tanks, which are really good quality, and we're using ATGMs from the fucking 80s. So until we research modern ATGMs, which we will have in 115 days and start to produce these, our ability for majority of our divisions, which are infantry or IFVs, to actually push back armor is going to be limited. So we just have to attrition this war, to be frank, and play the long game here, which is not the way I like to fight wars, but we don't have an option. Just keep strengthening. We can sabotage infrastructure. Let's go for that next. We'll send Waller, we'll send Iskandar, and we'll send Faraji. We're going to target the infrastructure in Syria, and hopefully we can cut off their supply networks coming down, which will attrition all those divisions. It is a very risky maneuver, though. So we're going to fight this war primarily in just technology. We do have nuclear weapons, but we wouldn't drop them in a war like this. Iran actually does in real life maintain a no first use policy, even though they don't have nukes. I mean, they've made it very clear that they wouldn't want to use that, and it does seem like that's actually likely, so we would not do that. Probably want to go for generic infantry bonuses. Utility vehicle bonuses would be really nice. We need modern ATGMs. We'll go for that next. Or not, manpads, my bad. We'll go for construction 5 too. Let's repair all the bombed out stuff. We are significantly starting to outtrade them now. Let's see about another push too. This is theoretically pushable if we actually cycle our special forces divisions. They just have such a high buildup. This is where we could really push, but until we get a supply line out there and get a supply depot built there, we won't be able to do anything. I'm gonna go at the speed 5. For this part of the war, we're really just building up and waiting. There's not much else we can do. Operation Anatolian Push. Be nice. Alright, let's begin the operation to destroy their infrastructure. Do war support campaign. We'll do propaganda on TVs. 4 days we get a bunch more F-15s. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get 25 more F-15s. That is really useful. Those will win the air war for us long term. They'll probably just go replace our old ones though. I do have water. Yeah, replacing our old ones. We've got really good fighter pilots at this point. Okay. Armor, aircraft, infantry, 7,000 weapons versus construction speed. and factories. We'll go for this one. Acquire spare parts. All is fair when it comes to war, and that includes the seizure of foreign military equipment for our own use. However, it's harder than it looks to try to steal what people are shooting at you, so we will have to become specialists in that field. The Middle East, due to sanctions, have always struggled with being able to replace like equipment. Any like Western-made products like airplanes and stuff like that, the Middle East countries like Syria, Iraq, Iran, and anyone who's basically out of the cold, not Saudi Arabia obviously, they really have issues replacing parts, because for really high-tech equipment and aircraft, you need very specific parts, and if you don't get them, that shit will not work. So it's one of the many ways that the West has used sanctions on a lot of these countries is by banning explicitly the selling of replacement parts to them for things like that, for both civilian and military use. So that's actually an important one. That looks like a generic focus, but it's actually very, very pertinent. Libyan civil war. We could almost get all the way to Syria, but the Iraqis actually might give us access. The Jordanians won't, which is not surprising, to be frank. The drug encouragement clip is now number 1 on the channel. God damn it. It's not drug encouragement. It's not. I swear to God. What the? Let's sabotage resources. Do we have? Actually, we may not have enough spies for this. No, we are maintaining our actually contacts in. Saudi Arabia's corruption at. Still at 10. We actually don't need spies in Saudi Arabia at all at this point. Okay, let's actually let's start another project against the Turks. We need everything we can get right now. We have enough spies for it. We'll send Ashfaq, and then we'll send him. We'll get that going. We have raised corruption yet again in Turkey. What are they at now? They are at 10. We have absolutely maxed out corruption within Turkey, so we can start to work on more specifically damaging projects at this point. We'll plant false intelligence. We need to maintain a spy network, so we can't do that quite yet, but we're almost done with preparing the collaboration government. Stupid idea. Why don't you just buy all the stuff from USA like AT James and stuff, and later subsidize all the oil in other countries you capture to regain all the loss that you get from American weapons? Because they changed the system for getting foreign arms. There's now an explicit system for it, the foreign arms market, but it only gives you a certain number of buy orders. We get 5 active buy orders at the same time, and you can only choose like 5 different things, and we're buying airplanes because we really need to not lose the air war. So we could, but we'd have to stop importing planes that we need to hold back Turkish air power. So we could, it's just not worth it. We need that more. Domestically, we can't produce any aircraft, so we are solely reliant on foreign arms for that, which is really shitty. It's not where we want to be at. We'll desubsidize domestically sold gasoline. Go for promises of peace too. Shit, we're losing a lot of money from this war. We're gonna have to raise taxes. I'm gonna raise our corporate tax, which slows down our industrial development, but we don't really have a choice here. Video requests. What do you want to request, George? What you got? George the Greco. Let's see what you're requesting. Immune. Ah, Immune's really good. Greek rapper. He's got a new Spotify out. Sure, we'll play that. It's not, I know this is not going to be the music for everyone. I really do enjoy it. This dude's a very good rapper. Let me play it. Do you want me to play the video, George, or do you want me to just play like the sound in the background? No need to play it? Sounds good. I don't understand a word of it, but this dude is a very good rapper. Like, his flow is kind of crazy. After strikes, we're slowly getting our doctrine. I just have to make sure to cut the session when I make a video, or get fucking copyright striked by the Greek rapper. This situation is not what I want. I mean, it's good that all these tanks, they've got really advanced tanks too. It's good that all these are stuck down here with the Syrians, but neither side are pushing, including Syria, so that's really an inconvenience. We could ask for more support in terms of equipment. See if the Russians will help us. I'm gonna do this thing. They're not going to give us their tanks. That I'm not surprised about. They will give us SPRD though. No planes. 2000 AK-74s, 319 BTRs. That's solid. That's older, but they're solid. 223 BRDMs. Yeah, solid. What about China? India. There was someone else who would give us equipment. Who was it? Yeah, India. They don't have the best equipment in the world, but we can just use anything we can get at this point. They're gonna send us tanks? They sent us 55 T-55s. Oh man. 104 M46s. Wow, okay. That's actually really big. What's up, Bambi? Good to see you. Just don't do anything interesting when the music plays and don't need to bother with it. Yeah, that's true. We get income for the black market, or we can get 3 mils and a land doctrine bonus. I'd rather get the XP in the black market exploits. I mean, that's what Iran did in real life. Much like North Korea and a lot of rogue states, they have a huge black market network set up with the government support. You know who else likes looting battlefields for equipment? Black market salespeople looking to make a quick buck. Not all the equipment that we collect has use anymore, so we can sell it to our market connections to make our own money. It is outdated, but it's better than our tanks, I can tell you that. This music's really loud. I didn't realize that. Turn it down. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he just released that album. I'll have to go look at the rest of it, man. Alright. Philippines. Iraq is going to send us support equipment. 33 support equipment. I feel like this is basically a fuck you from Saddam, to be honest. That's fine. He's an American pansy, you know. He just works for the Americans. Fuck him. Funny story, we were a huge ally of Saddam Hussein before we decided we didn't want him in power. The US supported Iraq extensively during the Iranian-Iraqian war. I mean, we sold guns to both sides, but we sold a lot more to Iraq. We don't need to do any more corruption increasing. Let's sabotage their resources this time. We'll send Sahid, we'll send Zanab, and then we'll send Layla too. And then we're going to sabotage all the resources they have in Syria. We'll go for machine learning. Your wife just made honey ham. Ooh, that sounds fucking good, dude. It's the right season for it. I have really weird holiday food traditions. I make fried chicken on Thanksgiving, and I make burritos on Christmas. It makes no sense, but it's fucking good. The best food I can make is all Mexican, so gotta make something you're good at for the holidays, you know. 3.5 kilometers through a snowstorm in running shoes was not a nice experience. I got wet. Yeah, you showed me how fucking crazy Norway is right now. Y'all got a lot of fucking snow. Goddamn. What's up, Jimmy? Amogus. We actually have enough trains now. Shockingly. We have sabotage infrastructure in Syria. Let's see if we can just do the same thing again. Yes, we can. We'll send Waller. We'll send Iskandar. And then we'll send Faraji again. We'll sabotage more equipment in... more logistics in Syria. How are we looking? Doesn't let us see exactly. They're not attritioning though, so we haven't destroyed enough infrastructure, it seems. Let's give another shot at a push over here too. Good, modern ATGMs, that's fucking huge. I am going to shift our production from SPRD and IFVs to put on ATGMs, because these things are huge. Grades, reinforcement, supply trucks, operations, and garrisons. We'll hold off on all of our upgrades here. We're getting better air. We're getting better SPRD. I won't use much generic artillery, to be frank, so... We could rush a modern IFE. That's actually huge. Before we do that, let's work on some better generic bonuses. Let's work on... Let's work on charged warheads. Bro, if I could, I'd get Chewies for Christmas. What's Chewies, Jimmy? You've mentioned that before too. What's Chewies? Sounds good to me. That's what I'm saying, man. Mexican food on Christmas is underrated. They would follow a Richie play. And they were around 50 kilometers away, got 1.2 meters of snow. Everyone had to dig up their front door. Ant lives there. Fucking hell, man. Ah, Tex-Mex. Gotcha. There's some really good Mexican chains in like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California though. While I lived in UCSD, there was this like chain Mexican restaurant there that was really fucking good, man. Like, used to get that when I was studying all the time. Yeah, man, we need, our infrastructure's still fucked up. Or supply lines, whatever. Yeah, because they blew them out again. We need to fucking end this. We need to win this air war. This is getting bad. We are attritioning their aircraft significantly. We have outtraded them 55 to 35 over the last couple months. Year, I think about. Camo? Yeah, camo would be good, but I want to get those little bonuses first. That actually might be more important. You might be right about that, Vambi. Launch all of our operations. I'm gonna go back down to speed 4, because I make mistakes when I'm on speed 5 in a war. No, not Taco Bell. Condor, why the hell are you awake, man? What's up? No, not Taco Bell. Now, the one really chain restaurant I do like is, Vambi! Do you like, you'll know this probably, Taco Time, man. You like Taco Time? You probably have that where you're at. That's why, it's all nostalgia, but I do like that place. Vambi, you actually might know what that is. We're just not gonna break through this. Not only are we lacking supply, we need a supply depot here, is what we need. We'll do that. Yeah, you got one. Yeah, you know what that place is. They're not as good as they used to be. Your wife loves it? She's got good taste. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, it's good. Well, kind of. Rule 0? What is Rule 0, Condor? Condor does give big scammer vibes. That's very true. Condor's the type of dude to like hang out with you for a while and then ask for your social security number. I owe you nothing. Fair. We are chewing through their aircraft. Have they got any more, or is that everything they have? We should have that intel. No, they have more. They have 381 aircraft left. They've got mainly F-16s. Fucking hell, man. Not top of the line, but they're good. They went for night penalty reduction for carriers. They went for XP gain. They went down the left side. Their doctrine's way further than ours is, actually. We went down operational integrity. But we're actually not this far yet. It's because they have that war with Syria that they started well before we did. What's their fixed wing like? Not much better. All their F-16s are multi-roles. They're producing F-16Cs. These are way better than what we've got, but when we get up to our higher level air superiority fighters, ours will be better. Hopefully, we'll have already won this war, but you never know. The streamer's always right. Zach Loki looks like Jesus. Let's get a Christian faith called Zachariasm. I don't think my ego is big enough to be a cult or religious leader. I know, man. Try to decrypt the Turkish cipher. We already have Afghanistan. We already have. We've already decrypted them. I'm just using it for the passive bonus you get. When you utilize when you burn your backdoor, you get some bonuses, but it's not worth it compared to just having it. Naturally, having a backdoor on an enemy gives just like passive advantages, which we have already. We have already hacked and infiltrated the governmental systems of Iraq, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. So we're good on that account. What's up, Shy Tiger? Shy, how are you enjoying Ching in that Sunday game, man? It looks pretty brutal over there. I've been watching your country just get more and more addicted to opium from the British. Continue to up our corporate tax rate. We got to offset all the debt. We're spending a lot on this war. Military costs double in Millennium Dawn when you're in a war, so they're pretty extensive for us right now. We have a good economy. It's just expensive. I'll probably put it up to 25, and I'll put our population tax rate up to like 38. That should get us a balance. Just bring out the quote from the quip. Oh, Christ. That is a clip, isn't it? Fuck. Iran's Air Force uses F4 Phantoms from the 60s. Like IRL. Yeah, they don't have access to really modern air, do they, Condor? They don't have a Western, like, sugar daddy who gives them, like, really advanced equipment. Secure old schematics. Well, old is gold. New is poo. Who the fuck wrote that? At least that is what we say. All this fanciness that countries spend their money on is something we need to do ourselves, especially if we can just acquire schematics to their older models. We'll get a bunch of XP for this, which we need. More of that doctrine we get, the better. What's their military doctrine at? Probably really far, if we're gonna be honest. They fought Syria for a while. No, not really. They went network-centric warfare, and they only got 2 of them. Their military doctrine is really far behind ours. That's interesting. Too late, you already had the first fall of your cult. Fuck. Give money for us to make our own fancy equipment. Yeah, pretty much. 66 divisions, Jesus. Lots of armor. They prefer delaying tactics, which makes it pain in the ass to push them. They went for infantry strength, which isn't really useful. And they have a bonus for reducing supply consumption, which means if we want to bomb out their infrastructure, we're going to have to do a lot more of it. Do we have any submarines? We don't. So I didn't go submarines this game. I'm trying to build us a surface navy. No, we have 3. Do I want to try and fuck with the Turkish navy? I kind of do. I kind of want to fuck with their navy, I'm going to be honest. They probably have convoys going through the Red Sea realistically, so let's see if we can raid it. This would actually create a diplomatic incident, but it's fine. Cast damage reduction. Ooh. Ashfaq got pushed into hiding. Did they succeed their mission? No, they did. They did successfully strengthen the resistance there. Raise our tax rate again. I was shocked when I looked at the Army Doctrines Millennium Dawn. They even have a major terrorist attacks in an image symbolizing 9/11. Yeah, I mean, that is a modern doctrine to a degree for certain countries. It's really cool, but I hope they fix the Qing being too much OP. Yeah, they're ridiculous right now. Qing are a little too easy to get strong with. Balance on it would be nice. What about an IFE assault? We have supply. It's fucking mountains. Every single one of these tiles are mountains, I believe. T. What's the shortcut for terrain? F5. This is where we can really fuck with them, but we have to break through that mountain. Yeah, they are moving convoys through here. Good, we'll be able to start to attrition their convoy lines. I don't know if the Turks will actually have access to the Suez either, so we might be able to raid them continuously. Oh, this is a little risky. I'm going to try something. This is extremely risky, but I want to try it. We're going to go with do not engage and medium repair priority. And then I'm going to give him Silent Hunter. We have access to fuel. I'm going to convoy raid with our destroyers, which is risky. The Turkish Navy will destroy us, but I'm banking on them not being able to get to the Suez. Misog 1s. Epic gaming it was. Remember my Bangladesh game where I became a massive power and took internal control of the Kabu Alliance? I remember that game when you were Bangladesh. That was an interesting one. Unlike Iran Real Doctrine, which is trying to do terror attack and fail miserably. Oh, Condor, they were... I mean, I find they're the way they run things to be pretty fucked up, but you can't deny that they've been very successful. They've kept the Israelis fucking constantly having to struggle for any semblance of stability and control in the Middle East for the last 50 years since the revolution. Mounts are the worst. And which one, baby? Commission new projects. While acquiring spare parts, it is well and all, we still do require modern technology if we are to stay up to date. And for that, we should commission the RGC Self-Sufficiency Jihad organization to create new top-of-the-line tech. Like Condor, their ability to like basically train and create like resistance cells all throughout the Middle East, anywhere they really want, both of Shias and Sunnis, you got to admit is very competent, dude. Like, I mean, they failed to bring them underneath like Tehran's direct control because everyone fucking hates the Persians, but like, they are good at what they do. I mean, they did lose Soleimani, which was brutal because he was very competent, but there's other good staff officers in the Iranian military. While Iran failed to make terror attacks on the tourists in Turkey, Israel destroyed Iranian nuclear stuff inside Iran. Yeah, I mean, you killed a lot of their scientists too. I mean, you guys killed a lot of their nuclear scientists. All right, if we get the PP, we can decrease our self-deprecation levels again. We want to get down to these last couple. $83 to $52. We are out trading them. Barely. Our mission efficiency is just a lot higher, I think. Iran is kind of a big flaming failure. There's just a lot of them. Oh, they're not always successful in what they do, but they've proven to be fairly successful in some ways. I think in any actual major war, though, the Iranian military would just not do very well, to be frank. We got to rebuild our network here. In the meantime, let's build more resistance contacts in Syria. What's up, Dijon Dylan? Thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate it, dude. How's it going, guys? I'm Hammurabi. I am a Paradox streamer. I mainly do roleplay stuff, but we're doing this more of a kind of fun Millennium Dawn game right now. We are currently playing as Iran. We got ourselves into a war of Turkey, which has proven to be quite difficult given the terrain of where we have to cross with our Syrian allies. So, it's a tough one. What's up, Dijon? Hope you're well, dude. Thank you for the raid, man. We have a lot of IFVs. We really need to get modernized ATGMs. These things are going to be the make and break when we do our real push. It also looks like they have moved their convoys elsewhere. We just don't have the range. I don't think we can put nuclear engines on these things either. On our submarines to really harass them. Because I'd love to be able to put some submarines on the Straits of Gibraltar to be able to stop any convoys to getting to Iran, but doesn't look like that's really on the table, given that our submarines are from like 1985. We could put them in the Mediterranean. This is risky as fuck, but let's do it. What were you streaming, Dijon? I assume HOI4? Yeah, we have some cargo planes. We're using it to give a measure of supply to our troops on the front lines up here. Advanced metallurgy efforts. How do we create the most cost-effective and pierce-proof armor of a tank? Well, it turns out we don't know the answer to that question, so we'll have to create our own strong tank armor as a response. Iranian technology in terms of actual vehicles and equipment is not very good. 1985 is advanced for Iran, not for Turkey though. Yep. That's the perks of being a NATO ally and at one time even considered for EU membership. All those sweet Western deals. Iran's just so fucking isolated. Alright, we have really taken a chunk out of their air force at this point. Once we win this air war with them and they stop being able to bomb us, then we can really start to think about the offensive. I mean, because they're still just really taking out our infrastructure routes. They really improved the AI in Millennium Dawn now. It really does do a number on you if you're not careful. Paratrooping is an option, but we need to be able to provide relief for it, and we can't really do that. The one thing I think might be interesting to do is trying to maybe like paratroop here. But that would require the AI to actually be able to do an offensive, and I don't trust them to do that, so I'm not too sure about that. Good. It's laughable at best. Where's your fellow immature kids? Fuck! What the? I thought they all got chased out a while back. I think back in the day, John scared them all off when he was writing mega paragraph posts. Let's plant more false intelligence. Wilson Waller and Iskandar. And... we'll prepare another collab government too. I'm not playing the goddamn duck song. You know very well I'm not going to play that one though. Okay. We get the really good ones soon. If Iran is having F-15s, then Turkey should have TIE fighters. It's, Iran Air Force. Yeah, they have, in real life, they have 40 MiG-29s from 1991. They have 41 F-14 Tomcats from 74. They're old as fuck. They have a bunch of F-5s, also from the 70s. They have 64 F-4s from also 64. They do have some Mirages. How the fuck did they get those from the French? Iran received 24 Mirages flown over the Iraq during the 91 Persian Gulf War. And then they repurposed one that was shot down by the Taliban. Damn. They have 24 Chengdu J7s, Chinese. They have 30 Su-24s. They have developed their own line of fighters too. They have the Kahir 313, which is a 2017 fighter jet. I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of that one before. Apparently they have claimed to have developed like a modern 5th generation fighter jet. I don't know which government would work with them though, so that sounds like not particularly useful. Yeah, their aircraft is not very advanced. Yeah, from the 60s. They're old as fuck. What type of songs do you listen to the most? Don't know what to add. It really just depends. It can be anything. I would ask non-copyrighted songs because this is a YouTube playlist that I'm streaming, which is why I'm playing MD music right now. So I would request anything that's not copyrighted or that's just like small enough I won't get hit by that. Otherwise, it's a nightmare to fucking edit. We'll lower our self-deprecation level again, which will give us more manpower. Their 5th generation aircraft is nothing more than a paper tiger. Yeah, sniper. What's up, man? That's exactly what I figure it to be. There's a picture that correlates to it. Let me shoot this picture to you guys. This don't look like a 5th generation fighter. It looks like it's made out of cardboard and spray painted. Look at this shit. That's not a fucking 5th generation fighter. Look at that thing. It looks like it's actually cardboard, like unironically, or just like, I don't know, man. It was developed domestically. They had no foreign help on it. I mean, they do have access to Western equipment they can reverse engineer, of course, but that's easier said than done. Yeah, there's a whole section here. Doubts of viability of aircraft. There has been no independent verification of the status and development of this aircraft, and some commenters have even claimed that the aircraft is a hoax and a laughable fake. It looks like it. That thing looks like a joke, like, honestly. What's a moose? You're playing all the old songs, what the goddamn? Yeah. The Times of Israel labeled the aircraft a hoax. It looks like one. Goddamn. Armor and aerodynamic studies. With this new armor, we can stick it on our planes. At least that is what we would say if we wanted to have a 100% crash rate for our Air Force. So we have to create an balance between plane armor strength and the aerodynamic design ourselves. We'll see if we can actually make some good planes, unlike actual real life. That ain't a 5th generation fighter. That's a cardboard box with a little bit of black spray paint. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's not a real fucking aircraft. Like, that's actually kind of hilarious. Or it's the best fighter jet in the world and they're just pretending it's not real. Playing like 5D chess. That's like me getting a paraglider, putting a machine gun on it, and calling it a 5th generation fighter jet. Not really. Fuck, our economy is lagging behind again. We are now stagnating. We'll need to spend a bunch of money to go up to stable growth. We also still need to increase our tax rate. Our economy, not doing great in this war. Yeah, you guys have F-35s. Israel has access to the shopping fucking catalog for the entire US military, so y'all get spoiled with our military equipment. Go for billboard ads. Let's go for better SPRD. We got modern SPRD now. And then we do have a 3rd generation fighter. We might as well start getting these going because we're built up the efficiency and we can transition that to something better lately. We'll pull back 1 from the ATGMs and then 2 from IFVs. We'll produce the fuck out of these, and then we'll use that efficiency to produce the 4th generation really well when we get that. Which is going to take 1 year. Let's put her onto a quiet intel network. Let's steal blueprints, we might as well. We're in a war with them. Cool. We are winning the air war now over Iran. They are still bombing us, but they're not doing it very well at this point. Will the green screen ever come back? Funny you mentioned that, Moose. I'm actually planning to set up like a new streaming setup sometime in January, and the green screen will come back. I'm getting some better lighting, and I figured out how to do color correction properly through some experimentation. So yes, it will. You can go down all 3 trees. You mean for aircraft or for doctrine, Bambi? Did I see the Norwegian King Kong ripoff? No, I did not. That sounds horrible, but like in the good way. Yeah, man. Cosmos and Carl. Oof. I haven't seen Cosmos since he left. Like, that was like 6 months ago. It's a shame. He was fun to talk to. Doctrine? Infantry doctrine. No, they're exclusive to each other. If you mean all 3 of these, then yes, we can. I thought you meant network-centric, decentralized, and guerrilla. My bad. Yeah, we can go all down all 3. The troll? Wait, what is that? I'm confused. No, I don't want to waste 2 hours of my life, man. I'm going to pass on whatever that is. All right, we need a new spy. An infiltrator revolutionary. Oh, we got another web of lives. Mahmoud. We'll go for him. This is one of the best you can get. Well, it's good. There is better stuff. We'll go for Mossad. I'm gonna fuck up his name really bad. We'll go for him. We're gonna fuck with Egypt later too. You will not watch it? Probably a good idea. What's up, species? Norwegian King Kong. Who thought that was something that the world needed? Start another collaboration government. Start to sabotage their industry properly. Nah, infrastructure is more important. There we go. What's up, Greco? Good to see you, man. Hope all's well. Norwegians. When I first started streaming, for some reason, it was just Norwegians and then Solo Dolphin, who's from Ohio, where I live. Like, well, the first time I started streaming, Originally, it was just me and Dolphin hanging out together, playing Millennium Dawn when I streamed. He still comes around. Nice guy. I always like talking to him. And then it was like this, I don't know why. There were just these couple Norwegians, including what the... I don't know why it was Norwegians. I still don't understand it. Fucking mystery. I'm from Idaho originally, Condor. I live in Ohio now. I lived most of my life in California. I'm originally from Idaho and I live in Ohio now, so I moved a lot. Well, Norway is the only country to knight a penguin? Did they actually? Yeah, it's a war with Turkey. We're supporting our allies in Syria who Turkey invaded. They're nationalist right now, and it's proven to be a rough war because we were not militarily prepared. Period. So we're just trying to recover right now. Really, this is going to come down to us winning this air war and shooting down enough Turkish aircraft, and then us getting modern technologies and modern equipment to be able to actually wage war. Because to beat Turkey, we have to fight through this fucking mountain range, and it's brutal. So it'll take time. This war will not be over quickly. Success was built on Norwegians. Yeah, in the early days, it was just Norwegians. I mean, it was, yeah. Again, no issue with it. You and Cosmos were always just so fun hanging out with, talking to. Still are, but Norwegians, man, I think it's probably because Paradox games are just really popular in Scandinavia. I mean, realistically, I think that's what it is, but infantry trained for mountains, not particularly. We've already gotten our focuses that give us combat terrain bonuses. So in that way, yes. Oh, we got another ace too. Small arm designs. The Self-Sufficiency Jihad organization has unveiled to us advanced small arm blueprints that we can use as a template for the creation of more efficient advanced weaponry. While this does require some assembly, it does seem to be, at first glance, something that will prove useful. 50% bonus. Is this our main? Yes, this is our main one. Get all the ones we're using up at the top. I thought I made better armored divisions. I really didn't. No, because Tank Prime was the one that we were using for that. Get some marine ones on there too. That'll up our bonuses on terrain. It's just they're not useful in mountains. I saw this meme about the American pizza place called Papa Gino's, and then the meme was if it was owned by a Greek person, Papa Krikos, and that's how I got my name. Damn, fuck yeah, man. Gino's, I've never heard. No, that is familiar. Not too sure. I eat at Papa Grieco's. Papa Grieco's sounds like the type of restaurant where you could either get really good Mediterranean style pizza or really good Greek fucking food, right? Well, that sounds like a good fucking restaurant, goddamn. The one and only time I streamed, I had a bunch of people from France watching me. Really? France? That's surprising. I mean, you just never know. It's one of those things. Well, I've got nothing on Watch Tech. Papa John's. It was Papa John's. Papa John's is fucking nasty though. A lot of chain like pizza places in the US are so fucking bad. We're almost trading at a 2-1 KD at this point. Yeah, our aircraft is better than theirs now. I think that's just because all of our aircraft are just made up of vets at this point. I mean, they're all fucking veterans. Most of them have an ace at this point too. Wow, we've actually gotten everything done. Okay, we'll repair our infrastructure. We have built up our supply hub. Let's go ahead and connect the supply hub to the rest of our infrastructure route. I'm gonna get this built up to level 3. These are so fucking hard to read. Bear with me. 4, 4, 4, 4, and then 4. We'll get that up, and then we'll have access to all of the supply we need, and we could probably think about a push at that point. And then after that, we're going to go back to building military mills. We're going to get a bonus for that, so we can rush really good infantry equipment. Someone mentioned digital camouflage earlier, which is true. We've destroyed a lot of their aircraft, but given that we're starting air so late, we're going to probably always be at a disadvantage, so it's in our interest to do that. What's up, Iron Fury? How's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good, dude. Crete is a lovely island. Greco, you sold me on Crete a while back. Fake Intel division? These are fucking paper tigers. Oh, man. How did I do that? I've never seen that before. My mouse still doesn't work quite right. I need to get a new mouse. Huh. I've never seen that before. We make a Greek pizza. My family is, oh man, I'm not going to try and say that word. So good. My dad can only make pizza. Dude, I had pizza in Greece. Y'all can make pizza. Fucking hell. You can't make pizza for shit? It's not hard. You just have to do it. It's like any food. Like, there's people who have like that natural fucking cooking skill. You've all known someone like that. We all do. That person who's like, I don't know, I just cook and I make these little things. And then they just make something that's incredible. But for most people, for most of us, you just have to do it a lot. You have to do specific recipes a lot until you get very good at it. My pizza's okay. I don't make an amazing pizza. My dad makes fantastic pizza. Unfortunately, he became a vegan, and his pizza's now pretty shit. But it used to be amazing. My pizza's okay. It's not bad. It's alright. I enjoy it. I live so unhealthy, I decay how I'm in shape. Well, you're in the military, right, Greco? Best pizza I had was in Cyprus. Really? Wouldn't expect that. Going stuff has been okay. I got tonsillitis. Jesus, man. I was on medication. My grandfather was super sick with COVID, and yeah, my father got COVID. Sounds like health in the family is just horrible, dude. Fuck. Are you US Fury? COVID's really come back everywhere. Best pizza I had was an Italian restaurant on the Norwegian island of Sinja. All I need is an egg and a pan, and I'm good. If you mean an omelet, I can get behind that. If you just mean a single egg with nothing added. Goddamn, bro. Come on. It works, but... Go for modern IFEs. Do you just mean like an egg cooked in a pan, I thought? Every day I either make myself a gyro or a souvlaki. My dad makes me a Greek pizza for lunch, and I go back to the kitchen / register / cleaning tables. You have to go in 2 years, though. Ah, I got you. Okay. Yeah. Condor, be nice, man. Come on, don't be like that. It's fucking rude, dude. It's wild to me to think about how Europeans didn't have tomatoes until they rediscovered the Americas. What's up, Coco? Yeah, it came out of America. I mean, like, Italian pizza didn't become Italian pizza until they got the New World stuff, you know? I'm in Canada, our government allows no masks now, and people with COVID can still go to work. Yeah. The CDC recommended everyone start wearing masks again here, and then, like, no one did. I haven't either, if I'm gonna be honest. I should. Egg in a pan on bread every night for a year. It's not bad. Okay, an omelet. I can respect that. I thought you meant you were just cooking an egg in a pan. Fuck. I mean, it's very Spartan, I guess. I thought this side was better. Am I wrong? Bear with me, one moment. I went down the wrong side. I went down the wrong side. God fucking damn it. Well, fuck. We're gonna have to redo our air doctrine. I did the bad side. Pizza with Alfredo sauce instead of tomato. That's alright. The CDC is our health organization in the US. They're responsible for like public health and stuff like that. What is the full name of the CDC actually? If you don't know it. Center of Disease Control and Prevention. It's a governmental group. Been playing War Thunder a lot. I almost have jets. You have been playing a lot. Grinding in War Thunder is brutal unless you spend money. I undownloaded it a while back. Best decision I made. Honestly. Alright, let's try another push. I'm gonna be really dumb and try and work with some of our tank divisions. They're just so bad in mountains. Wow. No. We have supply on the front line, though. Let me... We're gonna try a deeper push. Gonna play some Millennium Dawn? Hell yeah. USA has a law that legally makes tomatoes vegetables, though biologically they are fruits. I don't know if it's a law. I mean, during like in terms of like school lunches, they've been determined to be I don't know. Our food laws here and stuff are so weird. Have I tried Arma Reforger? I haven't tried Tiger. It looks really good. I haven't played it though. I played a lot of Arma 2. I played a little bit of Arma 3. I didn't play any Reforger. I stopped a while back. Over $1,000 in War Thunder. Oh, we got a crash. $1,000 on War Thunder. Jesus. It's a lot of money, man. Still waiting for My Little Pony mod RP Hamu? Never. Never. Never, 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 ever. And the San Marino game. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, man. Yeah, we're gonna go Spearhead Vammy. That's what we're gonna do. Bob the Tomato is the host of Veggie Tales, so tomatoes are veggies. True. It's the Lord's tomatoes, you know? Decision by the Supreme Court of the United States in which the court held up 9-0 that the tomato should be classified as a vegetable rather than a fruit for purposes of tariffs, imports, and customs. Of course. When was that decided? 1893. Oh, man. That's funny. Those fucking old school courts. The snails got me. I spent that much money on the game when I'm 14. Dude, I could never spend money on games. I say, well, having spent well over $1,000 on Paradox games with DLC. But still, like, once I buy a game, I don't want to spend money on it. Or if it's a free one, you know. Let's hope we didn't lose too much here. So they get you with the... My guy, 1,000 is around the average month of a Greek person. Yeah, it's around average of a lot of Americans too. It's a simplified version of ARM, and people are thinking, tanking the reviews because they didn't understand what an early access game is. Not surprising. All right, this is before we move things. Propaganda. And we'll just minimize the rest of these tabs. This is I read that. War more like fail RP. I made a couple of new emotes, by the way. If anyone has opinions on them, let me know. Alright, let's get them to the front. what are you doing? Move into that supply area. Attrition presence 30%. Am I reading that right? Probably because we just have too many units there. Let's not be attacking. It's probably because we haven't upgraded the supply lines yet. No, we haven't. We gotta wait for that. We're gonna form the Armenian Empire, Millennium Dawn. I think that's in their tree, right? Armenia has a huge tree now. You did what the... European Empire. Empire Freedom. That's the EU tree. Yep, claim the Armenian Empire. That was a real thing back in the day. It was actually really strong. Like ancient history. Armenia was an empire. You could see it, I think, at the beginning of CK3 and CK2. Part of it's still there. There we go. What's our aircraft production looking like? 10 a year. No, that's trains. What am I doing? 11 a year. We're making one air superiority fighter a month. I'm just going to keep building it up as we get more mills. Don't you know to never invade Turkey through the mountains? This is not our choice, Coco. This is a response to the invasion of Syria. We didn't have a choice here. Rome Total War II Armenia has a nice faction. They're really strong. I did a Rome Total War game earlier this week. I did a 2v2. It was a lot of fun. I used to play Total War games so much. I stopped when I got more into grand strategy, but definitely would like to play more of them. Your new anti-drone system. I assume that's to combat like the Turkish drones, right? Because they're warmongering with you guys right now. I haven't seen it though. The Minotaur? Fuck. Rearm the nation. Fresh out of the box. Got the new Glock. With these new modified designs, we can begin re-equipping the army to have the ones that have just come off the assembly line. 2002 guns. Not bad. We get 5 units off of it, too. We don't need more units right now, though. We just need tech. I'm gonna go for stable growth. Our agent got injured in a mission. Oh, man. We also lost our entire network with the Turks. We'll send our ace team there. Send the A team. How many convoys do they have? A lot, like 600. It's the most state-of-the-art shit I've ever seen. Damn. Does the Greek military cooperate with a lot of like West and like NATO and stuff like that for technology development, or do you guys get access to like Western designs and stuff? I know you do have like some domestic defense contractors and organizations, I believe. How can I with the? Looking good. We've killed a lot of their F-16s. They've only got 39 left. Speaking of Turkey and Greece's loving relationship, what two countries do you think hate each other the most? In the world right now? Ooh. North and South Korea. Maybe. Pakistan and India, maybe. Taiwan and China, maybe. A lot of the African countries could be on the table in that regard. Oof. Maybe Israel and Iran, that'd be pretty high up there. Ukraine and Russia. Probably Ukraine and Russia right now, if we're gonna be honest. I'd say probably Ukraine and Russia currently. Or maybe North and South Korea. Maybe. Taiwan or China, Russia, and Ukraine. Yeah. Yeah. Taiwan and China is a little bit more complicated. They dislike each other. They hate each other, but it's I don't know. It's more complicated. Consider something like North and South Korea, which is just hatred, or Ukraine and Russia, which is just hatred. Serbia, Albania. That's true, because you got the religious element and you've got the recent war element. So, yeah, that's a good one. Armenia and Azerbaijan. They're up there. All right. We are going to do something risky. I'm putting all of our casts up. And I'm going to try and do a spearhead. We've got a lot of casts. We might actually get this. We'll go right for there and try and encircle those divisions if we can. Perfect timing to go ahead and go for division attrition reduction. Oh, we got a green bubble! Here we go! We are getting bombed in Iran proper to win this, but if we can pull off this little maneuver here, it'll be huge. Increased man pads. We'll go all the way up to the Misog 2. Here we go, boys. We're actually pushing. First time in 2 years. No one hates Iran more than Iran. Saudi Arabia is the contender, and Israel. They're at war right now. Armenia and Azerbaijan having border clashes that have killed over 1,000 people. Yes. There's also a border crisis going on between India and China right now. If y'all haven't seen that in the news. China's getting fucking spicy. Nope. No, you're not moving anywhere. Nope. God damn it, I swear to God. Here we go. Come on. Oh man, we gotta do this. We gotta do this carefully though. Here we go. We're breaking him down. Gotta love cast, man. Bear with me, I gotta focus here. Encirclement. Fuck it. We're gonna go all in here. I want to encircle all these divisions over here if we can get to it. We might get pushed back here. Oh, start everything on. We move our air up at all? Still about as close as we're gonna get. Encirclement number 2 pulled off. Time to counter push. Ooh, stock market boom in the middle of our offensive too. We are going to get deep into Syria here. Took their radar base. Let's get them out of the mountains. We need all these, it's a good time to bring in the rest of our tanks, huh? Actually... I just want to get as many encirclements as we can. I expect at some point we're gonna hit a wall, but until we get to that point, you got their supply hub. I want to go straight for their infrastructure lines at this point. We're really cutting here. If we can cut off this line right here, we're going to cut off all their supply except by sea. Alright, take a second here. This was very successful. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, is a branch of the Iranian Armed Forces, founded after the Iranian Revolution on the 22nd of April 1979, by orders of the Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, in order to defend Iranian borders and maintain internal order. We'll get more bonuses, we're going to mill, and we'll lose some money. Whew. U.S. military officials admitted recently it's going to be really difficult to get rid of the Russian army in Ukraine. Yeah, everyone knows it will be. I mean, they're so fucking entrenched at this point. How is Yugoslavia not dissolved yet in this game? They're really good friends with the Russians. Or, no, they're at war with Russia now. Good question. Yeah, there's a town called Batman. It's like right somewhere over here. We watched Avatar 2 yesterday. It looks, I don't know. I heard it was like really like beautiful, like the graphics were great, but the storyline was just kind of mediocre as fuck. Which is about what I expected. We don't have any supply here. Let's wait. If we clean out the last encirclement we have, we're gonna be in good shape. We got IRGC squad too. Oh boy. We need to get one of these air bases over here. I'm going straight for it. Balls to the motherfucking walls. That airbase will be so massive if we can get that. Alright, we've cleaned up the encirclements, so we're getting everything to the front. Wow, this just turned into a blitzkrieg. I did not plan or expect this, but we got an opportunity, we took it, and we're still running. And we're right about to walk into fucking Ankara. Jesus Christ. Let's go right into Ankara. Fuck it. Let's go right in. We took the capital. Iranian tanks just went into fucking Ankara. God damn. You almost got that. We've got all these forces in the east. I mean, this is over. We just gotta keep going. The Syrian front's a little unprotected, but that's fine. We're about to encircle their whole armored core in Syria. But we have to push through to get that. There it is. There it is. We just split their army in half. Wow, that was way, way more successful than I planned. Holy fuck. I'll fucking take it, goddamn. We got them on the back foot, and they never got their fucking footing again, essentially. Syrians are going on the offensive now, too. Perfect. Alright, let's just get all of you on this line. Just hold that, and then we'll push and take the rest of their victory points. If we take Istanbul, we'll win the war. Their capital's already gone. Let's go right for it, honestly. Oh, fuck. Al Gore just declared war on Iraq. Whoa. In 2012. The U.S. just did a... Okay, that I didn't expect either. The U.S. just invaded Iraq in 2012 under Gore. Wow. Okay. What are we thinking for Iraq? I think a puppet state is what I'm thinking here. I'm gonna take their navy in the peace conference too. All those fucking Western ships are gonna be ours. We can't cross the strait, can we? Annexation? Oh, you remember the Gorist RP? That was a fun fucking game. I don't know why I didn't continue that. I had so much fun in that game. I gotta bring back the Gorist RP. I'm gonna make a note of that. I gotta do a different Gore game. That was a beautiful, beautiful game I should have played out. Gorist empty game. I think what a reminder, Condor. I never finished that. Yep, Istanbul. The thing is, we have to cross the Gulf, and I don't think we can. Nope. We don't have naval superiority here, so we're gonna have to just cut off their army and take all their regular victory points. We gotta do it the long way. That's fucking Blitzkrieg right there. Goddamn. Alright, we won the war. We took a bunch of equipment too. A lot of very valuable aircraft. We got a lot of Western equipment. I mean, a lot. Syria actually has some points in this war. Alright, what are we thinking? Annexation or puppeting? What do we want to do? I'm gonna make a pull and I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Pull, pull, pull. Fate of Turkey. All right, I'll be right back. What are we looking like? Both. Okay. We'll annex part of it, and then we'll puppet the rest then. Let's start by taking their navy. We can't afford it. Let's start by puppeting them. We'll puppet Ankara. Puppet all of the western part. We'll puppet that. We're going to annex Hatay. Actually, no, that'd piss off the fucking Syrians, wouldn't it? We're gonna annex Gaziantep. Am I doing that right? Yes. Because I want us to get a port in the Mediterranean. We're gonna go ahead and annex the rest of the West. Then for Syria, we're gonna get them Hatay. Then for us, I really want to take their navy. Take more of their navy. So not gonna let us? Syria doesn't want anything else. I guess that's all we're gonna get. Ah, well. Alright. We'll work with that. Okay. They want to go to independence immediately. Fuck no. Okay, so we have a puppet Turkey. We have annexed the eastern portions of Iran, which if we want to go by Persian claims, we technically kind of have a claim on, and then we took a Gaziantep. So we now have a port in the Mediterranean, which is hugely strategic. Russia's been trying to get that for fucking years, and they still don't have it. Syria is also now in our faction permanently, and they're a close ally. We gave them Hatay, so they obviously really like us now. Wow, okay. I thought this would take a lot longer. I didn't think we'd be able to get a breakthrough like that, so I'm just kind of, I gotta figure out what to do at this point. I was gearing up for the long war. There's no port. You can build a port, I believe. We can build a port, can't we? I swear to God, if we can't build a port. Yeah, we can build a port. We just have to build it. Yeah, we just gotta build it ourselves. That's fine. These borders are not the most pretty, but they're also not horrible. So yeah, okay, we've come out of this very strong. I don't love these borders. I wanted to take Iraq and stuff, so it'd be all right, but the U.S. is currently at war with them. Now, the U.S. is actually kind of struggling, it almost looks like down here in Basra. Who said we can't puppet Kurdistan late? Can't get out of army to and out of Turkey? Kurdish lands could be annexed and then returned to the Kurdish state. Yeah, true. If we puppet Kurdistan at some point, we would return a lot of these lands to them. That's what would happen. We'd have to probably give some of ours too, though, which we don't want to do, obviously. So, I didn't really. Could we actually release Kurdistan? I don't think we can. We should get Kurdistan under our influence or something. We could do that. Get the land after. Yeah. So we just have to start building up influence. There's what we need to do for that. Okay. All these fucking spies and nothing to do. Let's just evaluate our position at this point. We have defeated one of our potential rivals in the Middle East, which is Turkey. And we're technically not the aggressor. The world would hate us for what we just did, but we were technically defending our allies in Syria. The axis of resistance now does have a large degree of power in the Middle East, given that Turkey is under our sway. Syria has been, if anything, probably benefited by this war through military experience. Iran has gotten significantly stronger. What we do need to do is set a couple things. Let's start by managing occupied territories. We're good. In that case, we're going to want to send... We're going to send Sahid to root out resistance. We actually don't have almost any. That's surprising. That means it's time to play a more dangerous game. A much more dangerous game. That song's not bad, but the Hitler fucking line is jarring in it. Okay, let's start building a spy network in the Americas now. Obviously, we fucking hate the Americans, and we now have the spies to probably start to be able to develop a bit of a network in the US and start to go after them directly. It's dangerous. We actually will lose some spies doing this, but that's fine. Regarding the civil war in Syria, let's get involved there. We're really starting... At this point, Iran would really be the dominant actor in the Middle East and Central Asia. Saudi Arabia, we have crippled with our intelligence network. We destroyed them by corruption, by the destruction of Aramco, and just generally, Saudi has been laid quite low. Turkey's gone. They're our puppet. They're a pseudo-state, and half their land is ours now. Syria is just completely under our sway and influence, if we're going to be honest at this point. Pakistan's the only relevant actor, but they still wouldn't be as powerful as us. So we want to start dominating the Middle East in terms of influence, in terms of power, in terms of everything. Obviously, the US is invading Saddam. We fucking hate Saddam Hussein in Iraq. But America doing this, we also would hate. In real life, during the Iraqi invasion in 2003, Iran built very quickly a giant intelligence apparatus in the Middle East to combat them. So we'd be doing the same thing right now. So that is why we've infiltrated them. We also got a lot of ships off the Iraqis. Oh my God, we got 29 ships. We got 2 destroyers, they're modern 90 destroyers. We got 18 frigates who vary between 65 to 95. We got 5 corvettes, and then we got 4 attack submarines. So our navy is way bigger. How many ships do we have now? Let's get them all to meet up. Okay. We are going to need to import some more resources to deal with all this. We'll need to get more technology metals. We'll get those from Australia, and then we'll import some more light metals from India. We'll import some rubber from Indonesia. Iran naval ARP? Goddamn right. My goal in this game, one of the goals I have in my head is I want us to sink the US Navy as Iran. That's one of my goals for this game. It's hard. After the naval rework, it's really difficult. I used to be able to kill the US Navy with any country in Millennium Dawn. I can't anymore, so it'll be an actual challenge. Fucking naval rework was actually really good. Let's bring all of our forces back as well. These guys, we're going to get to garrison the occupied territories. These guys, we're going to bring back to the Iraqi border. And then these guys are mercenaries, so let's go ahead and end their contract because they're costing us a lot of money. It's the PMC division we hired from Wagner. Cool. Alrighty. Looks good. Yeah, we got 50 ships now. We're in good shape. Our Navy just... I mean, that was like 10 years of naval buildup that we just got by winning this war from the Turks. They still bombed out more of our infrastructure. Look at that. So much. Create a European division for our recruitment. We have been embargoed by the United States. We realistically do have to worry about them going to war with us if we're going to be honest. That is an actual concern. That's why I put them on the border of Iraq. It will not help that they're going to know very soon that we're going to be infiltrating them. And the AI does respond to that, so. They're at war with Cuba still, too. They declared war on Cuba a long time back, and they've just struggled to take anything. They do have some spots on the island now, but Cuba's actually holding them back. We are slowly building up a network. We have been embargoed by the United Kingdom, Spain, Algeria, Angola, France, and Sierra Leone. I am getting invasion vibes right now. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's centralize everything in DC. We can't fight the US Navy right now, I can tell you that. We would get sunk very quickly. China's giving us more SCO development aid again, which we really need for recovery. We'll build up. Counterinsurgency. How is resistance? We actually are not getting any resistance in Turkey. We have, oh, it's because we did all those collaboration governments, that's why. Like the whole, I assume like the whole Kurdish population we already worked with prior to the ending of the war, so they're all just ready to help us with whatever we want. We got all those aircraft off of the Turks too, so... Oh, we're getting embargoed by everyone. Look at that. Not like we had a lot of trading partners to begin with, though, so, you know. After let's cancel these two. It makes no sense we'd be buying equipment from the US right now. Now, the Chinese or the Japanese, we could definitely buy stuff off of. We want to build good relations with the Chinese, so we're going to start to buy their fighter jets. Do we want fighter jets, or do we want maybe... Let's buy some J-10s. Not the best in the world. 2, 3... 3, and then we'll get a bit of cast too. 1 and 1. Why are you embargoing the US? This was in the defense of Syria. Yeah, I mean, we started off on the good side, but then we annexed large portions of Turkey and puppeted them, so the world absolutely hates us again. But Europe's just like, oh yeah, all of NATO just hates us. Ironically, Germany doesn't really give a fuck. UK hates us. US really hates us. Damn. I'm gonna send an intervention force to fight the Americans. We can do that. In the Iraq War, it was a well-known thing that the Iranian Guard Corps was sending units to fight the US, both during and after the invasion. So this happened in real life too. So we are gonna send some units to fight the Americans, which will piss them off even more. And we are on a bit of dangerous ground at this point, but fuck them, to be honest. We'll do all our special divisions. 3. 1, 2, 3. 7. We'll send Saudi. And then we're gonna send air volunteers. Although we fucking hate Saddam and his government, we hate the Americans far more. So we have all these veteran pilots we can use too. Assuming they actually have any fucking planes left. Let's try and condense some American aircraft. We're going to get slaughtered, but if we can slow them down, that's a plus. At least we can help the Kurds regain land. Sounds like Iran. You may hate Hussein, but screw American imperialism. Exactly. India embargoed us too. Fuck. We were buying a lot off them. That's a serious problem. We're going to replace Indian goods with American goods. Indian goods with Chinese goods. That's what I'm trying to say. Vietnam will still trade with us. They hate the Americans. And then we can get really everything we need off of China. This is just pushing us closer to the Chinese and the Russians. Not that the West cares, but still. Yeah, we're gonna get melted by this air, but oh well. Let's train our Navy. Alright, let's see if we can stop this American invasion. God damn, that's some advanced equipment right there. This is gonna be a rough one. We're probably gonna lose this. Then again, we're sending 7 top-of-the-line super fucking veteran divisions to fight the US. If we can get a spearhead and cut them off in like Basra or something, we got a shot. They're just gonna go like Desert Storm style and just keep rolling through the deserts. I mean, the cities is where we might stop them. And the river line, if we can hold that. All this is gonna fall. There's no way we'll hold it. Alright, how long until we can start doing operations in America? Ooh, we've got the beginnings of something. We just need more. We kind of almost need to keep these aircraft. If we lose these fast enough and kill no Americans, we are going to switch this out, though. I'm going to send Soleimani, obviously, too. Soleimani orchestrated the basically resistance movement by Iran and then all the like organizations that they worked with in Iraq during the Iraqi war. Real life. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Oh man, we're getting chewed up pretty bad. We took down a transport plane and a cast plane. Yeah, exactly. We need to see a spearhead Basra. Easier said than done. Oh man, look at that. Their militia divisions are melting. We can't even hold them. Even our tanks can't hold them. We can still supply in, I believe, though, can't we? I think we can. No, it's not going to work. Now, the longer we make them fight, the better. This is probably what we want to go down, actually. Anti-Zionist policy. Air stuff would be really nice. Iranian Army Air Defense Force. The IRIADF is the anti-aircraft warfare service branch of Iran's regular military, the IRIA. It split into the Air Force in 2008 and controls our country's military radar network. We'll get that going. We just all got stuck here. Well, let's try a pushback. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, American divisions. It takes so long to even get something that can fight them, like, at all. Almost cross. We don't have supply with these tank divisions too. We're shooting down a lot of their transport planes, but we're just losing fighters so quickly. America moment. Yeah, they're strong. They are... We can counter push them. We can actually counter push them if we play this right. I think. God. They're just fucking rough. I'm just deorg too quick. They got everything stacked right there. We need a concentration of force. We need a concentration of force straight to Basra. That's what we need. It's the only chance we have here to push back the Americans. Ooh, this could be an option. Let's try to push over here first, though. Ooh. Oh man, we're about to get encircled. It's a song again, I swear to God. We gotta go a lot here. Every time a fucking tank division rolls in, we can just do nothing. It's just the US Air Force, dude. Oh, man. Alright, we actually have gotten a network in the US now, though. We'll start infiltrating the government.
The Metropolitan Police have described the riots as the worst in current memory. They first fled after a peaceful protest in Tottenham on
We need to decrypt the US too. That will take probably like 10 years. Yep. Capturing ciphers will help though. Once we get up to 100%, we'll just put someone on there to hold our contacts in DC and start to fuck with the government internally. We can start to raise corruption and things like that in DC. Fuck. We needed to hold this river line and we didn't. God damn, they're actually pushing all this. I'm gonna do something incredibly risky. I think we're running a surplus again, because we're not technically at war. Yes, we are running a pretty good surplus now. Good. Oh! Over. Let me do this right. We get deorged already? Oh my god, we got deorged already. Come on, come on, come on! Hold it. I mean, we're probably going to lose this, but even if we do, we can cause enough damage to the US that equipment and everything else that it'll just cause internal problems at home. So we'll have to be happy and contented with that. The MIO, the Marine Industry Organization, formerly known as Marine Industries Group, is a defense industry complex subordinate to the Iranian Defense Ministry. It is the major producer of equipment for both naval forces of Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran Navy, and the Navy of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The military in Iran is so ridiculously split because of how they run their government, which is just so fucking weird, man. There's like 10 organizations for every one. There should be. Infiltrate the US Army. We have shut down some of their fighters. More than can be said for the actual Iraq invasion. Didn't the US lose only like 1 aircraft or something in the Iraq war? 1 or 2. It was something ridiculously low. Capture Cyper, and we'll do cyber warfare. Oh my god, we actually pushed them back. Just for a second. Momentarily relief. Victory here will mean that we can seek our things into Iraq later, you know? True. Yeah. It's not like we're friends with Saddam. We're just trying to fuck up the Americans. If we actually can keep the Americans out here, which we won't, we would optimally just invade Iraq after this is what we would do. Now we're running out of supply completely. Thanks for the hell? Why are you invading? Yep, literally. That would be immediately what would happen after. Yeah, true, Emo. Kind of. We've kind of started to hold them, but we're slowly just losing ground, bit by bit. This is where a paratrooper drop would just be insane. If we paradropped like onto Basra and like took out that division, but they've got an infantry division stationed at their base. Let's infiltrate the civilian administration too. Almost hit the Missog too. See if we can get a counter push. Nope. We can deal with like 1 American division at the same time. As soon as they have more than 1, there's nothing we can do. What did you miss? We were really just fighting the war of America, Vambi. I just sent volunteers and I sent airplanes to try and help the Iraqis hold back the Americans. That's all that's going on. It's that simple. We're not succeeding as well as I would like, but we are holding them back more. I mean, we are holding them back. Kind of. Just, well, the accurate way to put it is we're really slowing down the invasion. We're not winning it, that's for damn sure. How long until we get a 14 days when we get a 4th generation aircraft? I'm gonna just get us to head straight for 5th generation. We'll get the research bonus and we'll go straight for this. We'll sink all of our air XP into it as well, and we're just gonna make a super good modern jet fighter, air superiority fighter. Yeah, go for it too, pretty much. Drinking coffee at 10 p.m. Fucking dangerous. Okay. We also have a full network in the U.S. built up in DC now, so we can actually start to screw with Americans. There's a ton of Iranian spies in DC. We're actually starting to run low on oil. I want to get some transfer entrenchment here. Multi-role air superiority fighters. This is the one we'll go for, but there's no rush on it. We'll go for the MUT. Malek Ashtar University of Technology is a public research university of engineering and science in Iran. Founded in 1984, MUT's campus is located in Tehran. However, it also has campuses in Isfahan and Urmia. We want to go high-tech military. What's up, Quimpy? Have I ever played TNO? I did a couple times. I'm not a big fan. I don't know. I like alt history stuff, but I saw some events in that mod that just fucking made my screen crawl, so I never played it again. Okay, vectoring engines. And then we'll get 5th generation. Well, it'll take us probably 500 to 600 days to get this. It'll take 2 years before we can get a working 5th generation fighter out. If we get that bonus. The UI gives me a headache. The UI is disgusting as well. I don't know who decided. Same with the Cold War, to be fair. The Cold War UI is so fucking bad too. Changing the UI can be cool in mods, but some mod teams just choose the most disgustingly hard to use UIs. TNO is one of them. I hated it. Pacific works for Vicky 3? Really? Like for Paradox? That's the one who has like the obsession with like the Russian fucking genocider, right? Like on the actual Paradox team, Emu? They fucking hired? They hired them? What the fuck? Jesus, man. Didn't know that. Alright, the US is just starting to overwhelm us at this point. We need to get our tanks back. We're going to get encircled bad. Pax Britannica is a very good mod. I played a fair bit of that in single player recently. I really enjoy that one. It's really creative. We are actually potentially about to get encircled in a lot of places. We got to be really careful here. Let's start pulling back. Strategic retreat. At a certain point, we're going to pull our troops back across the border up here. Because we can recall them. Yeah, the entrenchment lines are broken. We might be able to hold out in the hills for a little bit. There's always that. Mosul, probably. We could hold, if we can hold this hill tile. The hill tile, the river line, and then going into Mosul and Sinjar. We can't hold Sinjar, though. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull back. We're gonna try and hold this. I think they'll probably cap beforehand, but let's at least give it a shot. We lost a tank division. Fuck, who named this division? Someone's division who they named is gonna die here, unfortunately. We're gonna hold back and try and do a final hold in the mountains. Yep, yes it is. I expected us to lose more units, to be fair, so I can live with that. We can't even retreat, we're getting pinned down. We just gotta get back here. Let's try and entrench the river line. Damn. There was no way we were gonna win it. Like, it's one of those situations where you get invested enough in a war, you really want to fucking win it, even if the odds are just obscenely overwhelming like that. We gave him a good fight. We gave him a very good fight. We just can't compete with American armor and air. It's just not gonna happen. Not yet, at least. Damn. I'm dead as well now? What were you playing? Not all wars could be won, but damn if the Americans bled. They did, I know. Just... well. It was a fun war, though. Alright, so the US are going to try and obviously set up a government in Iraq. We are going to do everything we can to stop them. I'm going to also get spies into Iraq. We're going to start destabilizing their government once we do a bit more with the Americans. Oops, dropping. They've got counter intel stuff going right now. No, we're going back up. Good. Well, now we're going to fuck with Americans from afar. Yeah, they did try the Bay of Pigs. They've been in that war for, I think, 4 years now. They established a foothold, and they just can't push the Cubans to save their life. So. Fucking Chadicus fucking Castro holding out there. Let's go for better infantry equipment. We're going to get the really modern stuff. Our infantry equipment is very, very advanced. We're going to be a little ahead of time on that one. I did want to try and go for another government type, though. Let's see what was happening with that. I can start doing campaigns again. Yep, we just need political power. We're going to solely empower these guys. That's who we're going to go for. The left-wing radicals are probably going to make a coalition with someone else at some point. We are going to go alternative government. I'm just been a little focused on these wars. All right, let's start producing 4th generation fighters. That beautiful retention. Chadstro. I was one of your tank divisions. Which one? Vambi, I think you named the Lions of Iran. They're still alive. Someone else named the one that died. We only lost 1 division in that war. The rest are, I think, coming back right now. Are they? Yep, there they are. We only lost 1 tank division. Could be worse. Well, let's involve ourselves in more wars. We're really, like, starting to get aggressive in our foreign policy. There is the war Afghanistan is fighting. The Taliban have taken power. And they're fighting, the other, well, the Emirate of Afghanistan is fighting the Taliban. We're just going to stay out of that. It's a mess. Libya, we might want to get involved with. Gaddafi and Iran didn't have the best relationship. We probably wouldn't support him. Now, South Sudan we would, though. But if I remember correctly, they don't really like us that much. They're gonna allow it. All right, we're gonna help South Sudan win their war. We basically want to start building up a collection of allies across like Africa and in around us who we can work with. And we can work with leftists because we're gonna slowly go that direction ourselves, so. You're the most experienced armor division? Probably. He's gotta make sure his boy is democratically elected to rule Canada. Congo looks wild. Angola, you mean? Or, oh, you mean Congo. Yeah, that war of Uganda is still going on. Jesus, fuck. There already have our major wars. There's the Libyan civil war. There's the Afghani war that's going on. That's it. Just conflicts in... not as many as I expected. We're going to intervene to secure Sudan for the South Sudanese government. And then when we're done with that, we may get involved with Libya, but we'll see. Yeah, for real. They're just deciding how fucking extreme they're gonna be. Like, how batshit fucking crazy will they be? That's the question. We're hostile to the Taliban, though. Iran is hostile to them. Historically, they've worked with them because, you know, they want to destabilize and fuck with Americans, but the Taliban is Sunni. It's extremist Sunni. We're Shia, so we actually dislike Sunni. We may invade Afghanistan at some point. They're getting support from Germany? The fucking Greens sent support divisions to fight with the Taliban. The shit you see in Millennium Dawn, man. Fucking hell. That's a wild one. We'll do that. Start a university. Give us more research bonus. South Sudan could be a good chunk of allied land. Yes, it can, Wild. Especially if we develop it, too. The War of Turkey was already won, Vambi. I managed to push through north of Vaughan, and basically we just never stopped ruling their divisions. And I just pushed them back until we capitulated them, so. Yeah, they are, Hylixian. Yes, they are. Russia's got a lot of influence there, too. Let's send weapons to Hezbollah. We would realistically do that. Okay, divisions have arrived in Sudan. Do they have an airbase? They do. We can send... how many volunteers can we send? Let's look. 1, I think. Are we not able to send everyone? No, we can. Weird. Do we have any supply here? Ooh. We're gonna be fighting with no supply. This will be a rough one. Can I create air wing in the volunteers airbase? But can we send any? No, we just can't send air volunteers, period. That will make this quite difficult. Nope, not where you need to go. Reduce autonomy in Turkey. They have a lot of very weak divisions in Sudan, though, so even with low supply, we should be able to push them pretty quickly. Let's get our planning bonus built up, and when that's maxed out, we're going to start to push them back. I'm going to go, I think, to start off with an encirclement of this river area. If we can take that back river line, there's no way those are going to get out. Oh, we do have supply now, too. There we go. We're looking at 32% planning bonus. Full doctrine, I think we get a little bit more. Maybe. 800 days until we get to hack the US government. Yeah, these are really hard to do. US just says so much counterintelligence. It's also 10:13. How much longer do I want to go? I do have got a fair amount of stuff I still gotta do tonight. A lot of stuff I gotta do tonight. Why don't you take the whole of Turkey? Because I don't know. Like we have technically a degree of amount of claims on some of this if we're going to support the Kurds and historically, but it doesn't make much sense for us to annex all of Turkey, especially the western region. So we just puppeted it. Could be more valuable that way anyway. We have no allies in the world really besides Syria, so it makes another ally for us too. It was just the most beneficial option we had. Cool. We'll go for... Let's pick up some naval yards. I won't bother reading those. Those ones are already super generic. Maybe not. Can we get some backup here? Thank you very much. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I thought we had encirclement. Not quite. We'll get a little one there. All night long. Fuck that. Fuck that. I gotta GC a game tomorrow. I gotta get a bunch of stuff done before I go on the trip I'm headed to on Sunday. Oh god. I still have so much to do as well. Encircle these guys too. We actually encircled, I think, one of their only tank divisions there. Is that their only tank? No, they have got one more. We encircled half of the Sudanese armored corps. Beautiful. Nice. I'll cut off all the west. We can get right into Khartoum here. We've got the river, like the rivers are on our side for getting Khartoum, so I think we cap them if we take that too. Why no help, fellow Islam? I mean, South Sudan is leftist, emerging outlook. The Sudanese government is one that we're not very, I believe, yeah, they're Muslim Brotherhood, who we kind of work with, but the more Egyptian Egyptian Brotherhood is actually, I believe, more hostile to Iran. Like the one in Syria we would work with, but the Egyptian and Sudanese one is hostile to Iran, so. I also believe they're Sunnis, aren't they? Or am I wrong about that? I think Sudanese Muslims are Sunnis. They may be the Muslim Brotherhood, but we have no particular interest in Muslim solidarity. It's never been very high on Iran's list. Let's not fight in the hills. Let's just go straight through the valley. Thrust vectoring engines. Okay, now all we need is the bonus on aircraft. We don't have that quite yet. We want to get to this. We'll rotate. Ah, we're so close. We'll just wait for the end of that and do it. We can apply the research bonus later, so we'll just get going with it now. Cool. We took Khartoum. I still haven't capitulated. Damn. What's up, Dolphin? Game is going very well. We ended up beating Turkey. We tried to stop the American invasion of Iraq. We held them for a bit and we lost it, and now we're assisting South Sudan because we want them to get them to be probably a part of our faction, certainly friendly with us. Let's steal American blueprints for planes. We actually don't have the people for this, do we? No, we do. There we go. Wow, they are really not capitulating, are they? That's kind of crazy. We might have to get Port Sudan. Let's be careful here. We might get surrounded. Nope, we got backup. I just never trust the AI with backup. I learned long ago playing Millennium Dawn, and HOI just period, you should never trust an AI to back up a push. Ever. Ever. They will always disappoint you. Like your children. Go for steel, go for reduction on autonomy. Oh yeah, okay, let's get up here. I'm gonna go straight for it, fuck it. Go for that bonus now. There it is, that should be the cap. There it is. Alright, we have a South Sudan, which is puppeted Northern Sudan. It's left-wing radicals, which we're slowly going towards. I need to clicking the button. But we're going to go left-wing radical. That's where our government's headed. Because the Iranian government and the community, I mean, they're very left-leaning. So we're going to reform in Iran, but we're going to go basically leftist. So, all right, I think we're going to end here for the night. This has been a fun one. I've streamed for almost 3 hours now. I actually didn't plan to go this long, but I got really into things. And we're in good shape here. When we return, probably maybe next weekend. Depends. I'm gonna have a long week next week. I may stream next Friday or Saturday some of this. We will continue with it. At that point, I think we really need to consider possibly an invasion of Saudi. We have been surrounded on 2 sides now, and a naval invasion wouldn't be impossible to do. So I think, given that they are just debilitated by our intelligence agency, I think an invasion and puppeting of Saudi is probably going to be our next course of action. Iraq is puppeted by the Americans, Dolphin. Saudi is still independent. Also, before I head out, just a reminder, I will be switching my stream schedule, probably starting next weekend. Not this one, but the one after. I'll be streaming on Saturdays and Sundays from now on. Saturday morning, single player Millennium Dawn or single player HOI4. Maybe some other stuff once in a while. Afternoons of Saturdays will be Millennium Dawn multiplayer. I'll be in the next game of that, but that'll start later in January. So until then, we will see. On Sundays, I'm going to be streaming Grand Campaigns in the morning. I will be continuing with the Sardinia one. I still have the save. It still works. And then in the afternoon, it'll be Victoria 3 roleplay multiplayer. So let's go find someone to raid. Chip streaming. I've already raided him a few times. Lou streaming. I've raided him many times. I'll stream Lou if there's no one else on right now. Let's go see who's streaming Hoi. HOI4. It's telling me Lou is streaming. What is he doing? He's playing CK2. We'll go give Lou a raid. I haven't raided him in a while. I think me, Lou, Lucky Marine, and then Pigeon, who's a YouTuber. We're all gonna be doing a game together. It's like kind of like a grand campaign, I guess, where Lou's gonna play CK2, LMG is gonna play U4. I'm gonna do the Vicky 3 part, and then Pigeon's gonna do HOI4. So I think that's what he's streaming right now. So if this is the game I'm thinking Lou's playing right now, you guys will be seeing me playing this, but it'll be in the Vicky 3 portion of it. So just heads up about that. We'll go raid him. Lou's always entertaining. He really likes CK2. CK2 is a great game. The graphics are just a little outdated, if we're gonna be honest, but the mechanics are still really nice. So I will be gone for a week. I'll be streaming again next Friday or next Saturday or Sunday. I will be going to a Saturday-Sunday streaming schedule in the future. I'll be bringing back the grand campaigns, and I want to make that a consistent thing. I've already been working on the YouTube videos for the old ones. So hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all in probably a week or a little bit more. Hope everyone has a good holidays. I hope you have a good Christmas, good time with your family and friends, and I will catch you all later.